Good morning. I had an interesting call this morning with a prospective client, and they were asking me about my role as a website project manager. And they're like, well, what do you do if everybody's late? And they kept asking me about what my work plan is and what my system is to organize the team if everybody's late. And I just thought that was such a weird question. And I said, well, why would it be late? And she's like, well, if they have too much to do and everyone's behind, and what do you do if they're late? And I just was kind of confused by that question. And so I don't know if you have that question, but let me answer that for you. I have done hundreds of website projects. I have run dev teams for 7+ years. A project is late because it wasn't planned out properly. Okay, so this is what you want to do. If you're starting a website project and you're bringing in your web people, there's a couple things you need to think about. Number one, when you're making your schedule of deliverables, talk to them. Is this realistic? Is this possible based on your time frame? Can this even be done in 20 hours or whatever it is? You think it's 20 hours, they're going to tell you it's 50. Get the deliverable schedule from your tech people. And then what you want to do is when you want to allow for margin and testing, right? So let's just say they tell you, okay, 20 hours. Mentally, what I do with my tech team is I give it an extra day. So if they tell me, okay, it's gonna be done by Wednesday, I tell them, okay, like I mentally know I'm gonna get it Wednesday, but Thursday I'm gonna review. There's gonna be probably some final fixes, some tweaks. So Friday is more of a realistic deadline that it's gonna go to the client. So they tell me Wednesday, I tell my client Friday. So you want to create margin. You want to create time, because the thing is when a dev team, when a tech person, designer, developer, whoever is rushing, your results are seriously compromised. You want to give them that window to think and plan and sort of get their wits about themselves and check their work and sit with it and go back and fix it. And you want to make it a natural pace, a natural rhythm. Whenever possible, do not rush your people. Do not. I have been so grateful to have had the same team for more or less since the beginning of my on purpose projects. We've had the same crew, more or less. And I take a team first project management approach where when I take a job, we plan it with the client around the availability of the developer. We look at, hey, do you have any personal stuff coming up? Are you going to be on vacation? We look and we create a realistic schedule of deliverables, adding in some margin. So everyone's on the same page. And then once we have this schedule, then it goes to the client for approval. And if they want it faster than we can realistically do it, I give my team permission that they will not be blamed and not be like thrown under the bus if they say no. Like, for example, on our team, I don't let my clients boss around my team. That if they're like, no, that's not okay to have it by Friday, we want it by Tuesday. And now my team is rushing and stressing and they're going to make mistakes and other jobs are going on the side. No. You can wait or we're going to pass. Because you protect your people. You protect your team. You pace in a way that's natural, that works for the rhythm of your people. You don't create problems for them. You keep it lots of space. And whatever gets in the way of giving them that space, and I'm not talking about wasted time, because I'm not in the wasted time game, but you give them what's a natural. If you know they work 8 hours a day, you don't give them 10 hours a day of work. You give them like 7. So they have time to take a break. They have time to think. They have time to kind of reset themselves. They have time to ask questions if they get stuck. You pace in a way that's natural and humane to your people. You don't bury them in work and expect great results. It's not possible. It's not. So if you're in a rush, you don't put that burden on your people. You look at, okay, hey, what's realistic? What can you do? Do we need more people? Maybe you need to hire someone else. If you have one designer who's doing 3 or 4 websites at the same time, get another designer. You need 2, not just 1. That's not realistic. Of course you're going to be late if they're too busy. So the thing about projects being late is it's not paced properly. It doesn't include margin. You don't have enough people. There's too much work. Because there's that oxymoron of like, it's like good, cheap, fast, right? Pick 2. You want it good and you want it fast. Like it's not going to be cheap. Like, you know what I mean? It's just sort of that expression of, if you want amazing results, which you should with website work, give them the time to think and process and plan. So it starts at the beginning. And if the project is organized properly, paced properly, you've considered and consulted the people who are going to be doing the work, you've buffered in some margin for edits and fixes and changes and whatever, the job should not be late. It shouldn't happen. Like, I've rarely in 7 years have had a job be late because of that, because we pace it. If my guy is busy and I know he's busy, I'm not going to add more work to him because that's going to create that domino and jobs just will start to be late. If I need another guy to help, I'm going to hire someone else to protect this guy's time, keep him on schedule. I can't add more and then expect him to still be on time. That's unrealistic, right? So pace your people, take a humane approach to the project. And you'll notice it's just, you won't be late. But if you add way too much, everything's going to fall. And that's never a good approach. I will see you tomorrow.